Yo, chat, this is low-key crazy. Guys, this is low-key crazy. So, pre-shoot... So, we're still in the shooting phase. The recording's paused, but so far, I'm gonna unpause it when I get all my armor. But this has been crazy so far. So, I kinda wanted to give you a little bit of this behind-the-scenes video for my gameplay. But, this has been crazy. The Darkroom spawner, props to it. If you can wait like 5 minutes before you kill him, XP galore. You could do stuff while you wait. And then like every 5 minutes you go over and you swish, and you get XP. And items and stuff. Like, let me show y'all what all I got in the chest so far. This is chest 1. You got gunpowder, bones, all sorts of shit. And in chest 2... even more gunpowder and a bunch of bows and 2. This is low-key crazy, chat. If you ever next time you play Minecraft, you need to get this Darkroom spawner, bro. Because it is efficient, especially early game. It gets you all the mob drops. And I personally would recommend it to anyone who needs mob drops or experience, bro. 10 out of 10, you guys gotta do it. It's awesome. But, the next episode, episode 5, we will be taking on the trial chambers, which I've had marked in my map since episode 2. Very excited. And I might release it today, maybe at nighttime, I don't know. Anyways, hope y'all enjoy the video, and I'll see y'all next time after this one. Have a nice time watching it. See ya. Hello everyone out there, my name is Danster99 and welcome back to Minecraft. So as you can see, your boy has made a little bit of progress actually. And yes, I took that line from Corey Kenton when he played Minecraft. So, we expanded the sugarcane farm a little bit. And we even installed some more wheat here, as well as a cow farm over there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to go ahead and breed the cows just so you guys can see. Also, what we're going to be doing today is we are working on building a mob farm. So I went ahead and got the resources for that. You know, kind of when it comes to like the blocks, you know, whatever I could really get my hands on, especially the things we need. So we're also going to be shearing some sheep so that I can get carpets and for whatever reason help use that to prevent spiders from spawning. I don't know how it works. I just watch the tutorials, you know, and I'm pretty used to building Darkroom spawners at this point. So yeah, when I get that done, I'll see you guys there. Anyways, let me go ahead and show you the cows. Also, a creeper blew up here and I had to repair it somehow. Yep, here we are, just breeding the cows. There we go. Yeah, so the thing about the Darkroom spawner is that once we have that mob farm in there, very easy to make by the way, nothing crazy required. Once we have that, we will be able to get mob drops galore. Which is great. Not just a bunch of experience, but mob drops galore. So the plot for episode 4 today is we're gonna go ahead and try to do that. Get plenty of mob drops as well as experience, so that when we can also like we can get all protection for armor with enough time. So I need to look up the recipe for a grindstone. That's why I have this mod. Grindstone. Again, we're gonna have to be incredibly careful as to not fall down, you know. Alright. I'll see you guys when I get there. Alrighty. So we are at Y207. We are above the clouds. I think it's safe enough to start now. So we're gonna start 4 by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't say it! I'm joking, go ahead. It's not like I can hear you anyway. Also, very importantly, to make sure we have an infinite water source, I'm gonna build this. Oof, just enough. Okay. Oh, sorry, someone was messaging me. Alright, so now we're gonna break these and place the remaining chests here. Isn't that perfect? That's kind of why I built this little bridge, built this little pathway around it, you know? So that way we could walk and access the chests easier. See? I'm a smart guy, aren't I? Never mind, I'm just used to building these. I'm actually, in reality, a complete dumbass unless I know better. So, now for the slabs, the andesite slabs. Perfect. Then we kind of need... So this is 1 block off the ground, this is 2 blocks. Remember, these right here need to be a total of 22 blocks off the ground. I think this is 16. You know what? Screw it. Let's count again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Perfect. Now we just need to measure all these up to the same height. Okay. Whoa. That's not what I meant to do. Bam! Easy. There we go. Okay, so 2... So now these, all 4 of these, we're going to build 4 bridges that go out 8 blocks. So 4, 5, 6, 7... 6, 7! I had to stop and do the emote for a second. Sorry. Anyways. Okay. Oh, crap. That's not where that's supposed to go. Alrighty. Oh, see, it's already getting dark. Build some torches here. 11, 12, 13, 14. Perfect. Screw this. I'm just gonna go jump into here. And yep, now it's time to get some rest. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more torches just to be safe, and maybe a few more blocks as well. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I got some more dirt blocks that I had in a chest. We might have, we will only have barely enough to get to the top, so right before we hit the top, we'll have to step out for a second. Let me show you what happens. Uh-oh. Oh no. Almost there, though. There we go. Okay. I have to break that torch for a second. There we go. Oh, shoot. No. No. Hey, no. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna pick that up. Alrighty, so now the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and connect the platforms like this. Okay. Give me more. There we go. Perfect. Now we've moved on to granite. Shoot. Alrighty. The trapdoors, the buckets of water, the carpets, all of that fancy, all those fancy parts, you know. Now for the fancy part. The carpets, yep. We have to place them like this. Perfect. And just like that, we are done with that part. Now for the water buckets. This is why I needed 8 of them. See, the water buckets will be able to push the mobs.
Okay. Now, if you ask me, I'm not entirely sure what purpose the trapdoors serve. So if you ask me, I probably couldn't tell you. But it probably has something to do with the spawning, I don't know. Especially since it's required to open them. Time to get out of here. Time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Okay, we need a... Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, like I said, get some rest, chop some trees, and we'll be back up there in no time. Alright, this took me a little bit, but I went ahead and got some extra stacks, you know, just so that we have them in storage. But now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can get for wood with what all I have, and I think that's actually plenty. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm a fucking dumbass. We all are fucking dumbasses. We all are. Even the smartest people are fucking dumbasses because nobody's perfect. That's what I mean by that. We're all fucking dumbasses. So, that's why I made that video. I'm not perfect. I'm an idiot. And that's why I keep some of my most regretted videos up. Because I want to show people I'm not a perfect person. And the thing about that is, my most regretted video is the one that's called You've Never Seen Me This Wrathful, where I get so emotionally charged over someone's bullshit politics. It's really pitiful, everything I said, but hey, that's why I keep it up, because I want to be honest, you know? I'm not a perfect person. No one is. Y'all ever hear that song? I'm not a perfect person. Y'all ever hear that song? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Time to switch to the wood. Whoa. Okay. Still, you want to be careful. I just ran out. Okay. Where's the water? There it is. Okay. Hey, see? This is what a smart guy does. They will require a mouse, though, so... Xbox players don't try this out. Seal it off. Bye-bye. Perfect. Alright. Now, we just sit here and wait. Did I do this right? I think I did it right. Is there anything spawning up there? Hold on. Maybe we need to make a waiting area. Oh! It worked! It worked! It worked! Let's go! So far we got creepers right now, but we'll be seeing a lot more things. Except for spiders and endermen. Cow, guys. I didn't even finish preparing my bowl of cereal, and look at how much there is already. Is this awesome or what? Look at that. We're already at XP level 30. Shit mob farm. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Oh! Oh, shit. Shit. Okay. There, fixed it. Easy. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in a second. Holy shit. Okay. I just now came back to this. Look at this. It has been like 10 minutes. Now we get to take home our prize. Boom, bam, bam. Look at all this. Alright. Alright, soon. we'll be up at level 43, which is actually crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and get to that. Alrighty. Ooh, Unbreaking 3. Ooh, we want something that guarantees protection 4. Okay, let's just go ahead and get the Unbreaking. Man, hell no! I'm not getting no Fire Protection 3. Protection 3. Fire... What are these options? Bro. You know what that means? It's time to craft some tools. We're gonna get something better. You know what? Now that we're waiting here, I think now would be a good time to talk about something that's on my mind. You know what? I think I wrote a journal entry about this too. Hold up, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. And again, this is my private journal, so I gotta be kind of careful, you know? So, this was for that other video I made. Okay. Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss really aren't that bad as shows. I like the I think it was oriented towards like an audience that likes sex jokes. More than anything, I think Bisbee Pop was just looking for people who liked her, and it just that she wanted to make a funny show, and she had great concepts and things. She's an artist. That's the whole point of this. And so people just found the ways to just alright, whatever. I'm gonna speak my mind on this. So the journal entry is from about a week ago. Critics of Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss aren't very based. Now, I want to remind you that I was pretty fair-minded when I thought about this. See, when I speak my mind on this, it may seem one way since this is coming from a very fond fan of both shows, but I really think some of the critics of these shows making videos that gain hundreds of thousands to millions of views are really out of touch. Some people believe that the jokes on sexual assault are insensitive, as if it isn't made clear from the beginning that the shows are for mature audiences capable of handling what is labeled as rampant demon horniness. They try to say that the argument it takes place in hell is simply a cop-out. That's really fucking laughable, especially since the argument literally shapes the entire point of both shows. If anything, the hell is that this takes place in really seems to be heavily and thoroughly sugar-coated to make it easy on others, especially when you see how hell is conveyed by those who conceptualize it. Like I'm saying, just hear me out. I just want you to have an open mind for a second, instead of just like jumping to conclusions based on a few people's words. To me, it sounds ungrateful. It really does. The one person who made the video on Angel Dust admits to being a survivor of sexual abuse themselves, which really, if you ask me, I think that they're really fucked up opinions of grooming in their overall mental state, considering their social media posts where supposedly the voice actor for Blitzo groomed someone by simply not giving them what they promised, and then saying, "Oh, as a survivor myself, I should tell you that I believe grooming can take on many different forms of advantage taking." And as a survivor myself, no it fucking doesn't. Which, if you ask me, I think that this person needs to be getting more therapy if they aren't already. Because they obviously aren't in their right minds to be thinking that. I also think they don't think they have a full grasp of the idea that people react to abuse in different ways, which is evident when they try to say that Angel Dust's reactions as if he likes the abuse are major red flags. Like, seriously? The lyrics in Angel's song Poison literally say, "I got so good at being untrue." In other words, he doesn't like the abuse, he's just being both untrue to himself and his abuser. And yet, people still don't have the common sense to, like, think twice. They just take that opinion and go with it without doing any kind of background check on who the user is. Which I did, and I found some pretty damning evidence of dismissive and persecutorial insanity and a very fucked up mental state that, if I'm being honest, can be more than treated if the individual gets the help they need. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. I'm just gonna say all the things that this person was saying. Let me see if I can find them, actually. Yo, look at the first thing that pops up. Oh my goodness, what is this? What am I looking at? I don't get it. Whatever, we're wasting time. Hold on. How not to write. So, this person right here, Limus, they call themselves. I have fair reason to believe that there's something weird going on behind the scenes, especially with their social media posts. Let me see if I can pull it up. This right here. Like, let me show you some of the things they were saying. Again, yes, don't harass anyone. Because, again, we don't want to jump to conclusions, right? So, let me just show you some of the crazy shit they were saying.
Like, grooming isn't always sexual.
Look, read this. Let me show you.
Made a post saying that Brandon Rogers is a groomer and, like...
Okay, I think it's... They said, I think that it is important... Look, this is their name right here. This is their official account. I think that it is important for everyone to see, and I also think that it's important that people know that grooming comes in many forms and it isn't always sexual. That is not true! Literally, let's define... what is the let me see. Definition of grooming. Form a relationship with a child or young person with the intention of sexually assaulting them or inducing them to commit an illegal act such as selling drugs or joining a terrorist organization. That is the definition. That is the definition. So already, this is very unsound. And, I mean, I don't want to sound too loud. I think I'm being a little too loud for, like, because this is, like, my content voice, you know? I'm trying to be engaging. But literally...
Technically, this could be grouped with Limus's general chronically online behavior on Twitter and Blue Sky, but since Limus himself considers it a big enough situation, I'm just going to talk about it. On Twitter, Limus made a post saying that Brandon Rogers is a groomer and that grooming isn't always sexual. This was in response to a massive thread by a user named Jaden. The thread itself is extremely vague and doesn't have enough clear information. If I'm going to be honest, the situation with the thread itself probably shouldn't have even been a thing. The important thing to talk about is Limus's claim, because despite the thread itself being a complete nothing burger, Limus took the situation way too far. I read the whole thread, and with the information that I could manage to make out, the worst thing that Brandon might have done is scam the user. Yet Limus took this incredibly vague and unprovable claim and chose to make out Brandon Rogers as a groomer. And I'm not even gonna believe their excuse that not all grooming is sexual, because to groom someone, you have to build trust with them in order to take advantage of them.
Exactly what I was saying, you know? So, what I'm saying is, when someone says something, even if they sound smart, even if this person sounds smart in what they're saying, you don't want to just take their word for it. Do your research, do background checks. That's what I did. And I found this video with some pretty damning evidence that this person probably needs a little bit of help. Not to jump to conclusions, like, in the journal entry, I said pretty damning evidence of dismissive and persecutorial insanity. That's what I said. That's my personal thought. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that maybe this is a possibility with some of the things they're saying. Regardless, I don't think they're in a very good mental state. But again, I do want to say that this was over a year ago, and I want to say that a person can take over a year to improve. All I'm saying with mentioning this is do some research. Like, do some background checks, have some common sense, make sure that what they're saying is in touch with common sense. Because if what they're saying is valid, then it will be. They won't just, like, sound like a fucking smart person, you know? But anyways, I don't want to get too far into this. We need to stay on task, so... Anyway, now, just watch this and hear them out. I think the words insane is a jump to conclusions, really. I really think that they're just hurting, doubting themselves, things like that. I don't want to put anyone in a negative light. I just think that this person maybe has something going on behind the scenes that maybe they need to open up about, you know? So, like I was saying, let's get back to what we were doing. Sorry guys, I meant to get back to this a lot sooner, But, I got caught up in a lot of shit. But, as you can see, I now have pitch perfect armor. Protection 4, Respiration 3, Unbreaking 3 on the helmet. Protection 4, Unbreaking 3 on the chest plate. Protection 4, Unbreaking 3 on the leggings. Protection 4, Depth Strider 3, and Unbreaking 3. Oh, that reminds me. The boots, the boots, the boots, the boots, the boots. Just need to combine these. Wait, this might be it. Nope. Wait, other way, other way, other way. No. Alright, we need some experience, so I'll be right back. Oh, crap. Keybinds. Dude, are y'all seeing this? Holy cow! Our breath has been extended by a lot. That is crazy. Alright, 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 alright. I'm back. Alright, let's see. Perfect. Well, I had a fun time doing this. Now all I gotta do is edit the video and we are good to go. I'll see y'all next time, okay? And as always, thanks for watching.